So yeah, I just got off this amazing mastermind call. You know what though? Listen, team, couple things. The first one is, don't forget tomorrow with Steve Korn that we're having that event. And you don't have to be with EXP to go to this event. So if you guys want to bring somebody, just let me know. This is not an EXP explained event. This is specifically a business building and production event. Feel free to come and to bring some people so we can make sure that we get 2023 started off really well. So anyway, enough of that commercial and infomercial. But a couple of things that I've learned in lots of masterminds I've been doing. I've been really blessed to be on some calls here where where I am definitely by far the smallest fish in the room. I've been in this with on the production side. I've been on this on the agent attraction, recruiting side. There's some fantastic things happening at EXP right now, and I want to start with the business building and business building in the sense of our production. It's amazing some of the improvements of an already good EXP world system and events and things within EXP world, how much more they're being improved. And I have to tell you guys is that as a business right now, it is so inexpensive to operate from EXP. Those of you that are with EXP already, they're on this call, you know that. $85 a month, and you can pretty much operate anywhere. $149 startup cost, then just, of course, your MLS costs if you get anywhere else. So I have to tell you that this is an opportunity to really build your business through your production and through your tools. I started off a little bit with using the KV Core system. And to be honest, at first, I thought it was a really good system, but I was not utilizing it to the degree that I should have been. I'm still not 100% using it where it should be, but I am using it and getting some help doing so to where it's being very effective for me and it's extremely cost effective. Cost effective, and it's producing me results and keeping me in a better position as far as my efficiency. So the KV Core part of it is working really, really, really well. In addition to that, there's so much training, there's so many calls, there's so many masterminds that you can really stay on point to keep your focus. Focus, efficiency, and consistency in building your business is going to be paramount in 2023. I don't know where prices are going to go. I don't know where the interest rates are going to go. But the macro environment that we have, I'm pretty comfortable in saying there are going to be less closed transactions in the areas that I work in 2023 than there was in 2022. So regardless to what the interest rates are or what the prices are, if there are less closed sales, that means there are less opportunities for agents to get a piece of the pie. And the agents that are working, that are consistent, that are following up, that are efficient and consistent are going to get more at-bats. They're going to get more opportunities to put transactions together. You got to know that whatever lead generation that you do, I don't care if it's social media, I don't care if it's expires for still by owners, cold calling, door knocking, consistent, efficient is going to win because you're going to have the opportunity to show value. See, we're now going to be in a game to where the consumer wants to see what your value is, because no longer are some of the things that worked up through the early part of 2022 going to be as effective. So now your skill set, your skill levels are going to have to improve to meet the demand of what the consumer is going to be looking for, to be able to bring them the value, to show them where they should be priced at and how long it may take their home to sell, or what programs are out there that the seller may help the buyer with. Or the buyer, why at an interest rate at 7% should you buy versus an interest rate of 3%? And how can you get that interest rate down to a point, or payments down to a point to whereas it is as good as it was? And why would you pay $100,000 more in January than a property is listed for, when now you can pay the list price and possibly get some concessions from the seller just because of the interest rate? When you really start to pair it up and look at them, the decision to buy may be better than it was when the rates were low, depending upon the individual buyer. So there's just different things like that. You need to be as efficient and consistent. And what I mean by consistent is you really should time block whenever you're going to do your lead generation and follow it like an appointment. Follow it like an appointment. And I think that you really should get started now. We're in December. Get your momentum built up so that you have opportunities to have closed transactions the first quarter of the year. Otherwise, you're going to be pushing through the first quarter, hoping to get opportunities in the second quarter. For those of you that are looking on the agent attraction side, this is the time. It is the time because now that some of the agents aren't as busy, they actually have the opportunity to listen to our business model. Some of the agents that you talked to in the past that really weren't interested, didn't have the time, or just would not sit down with you, will have more time now and may be a little bit more open to at least listening, hearing, or coming to something to where they see the business model. Please, 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 please do not contact your agents, friends, or even agents. If you're prospecting agents, don't hit them up and just give them the EXP speech and you just, as they say, EXP all over them. Actually be prepared to ask some questions and listen to what their concerns are, if there are any, with their current brokerage, and focus on answering and helping their questions, whether or not EXP is the answer or not. In my experience, the good and the bad, I have found that people do not come to EXP because I've given them such a great presentation and they're coming. People come to EXP when they on their own times, and when they feel and see value on how the company can help them at whatever they feel they're lacking where they're at. See, an awful lot of the times when the market adjusts, that's when agents, and I don't want to just say blame their current brokerage, but they will actually begin to look at some things. They look at their bottom line money. They look at what is being spent. They look at what tools are being provided to make them productive. They begin to look at those things. So this is a time to where you can show value yourself, show value where you can help the business of some of the agents, particularly agents that you know and that are friends, that they'll listen to you. They may not come today, but a good seed is planted, and then you follow up with them. And follow up doesn't mean you call them every day and ask them to come to EXP. You've got to show genuine, authentic interest so that your friends and agents don't want, you want to look better coming than you look going, and then you look leaving. You don't want people to be like, phew, I'm glad he's left. Or when they start walking, you start walking, go, oh, here he goes. He's going to talk about that EXP stuff. They know you're with the EXP. And if they have questions or they're thinking about it, they'll bring it up themselves, to be perfectly honest with you, once you get to that point. So that being said, consistency, efficiency is going to win the game. Do it every day. Also, I'm sorry, I meant to say this earlier, is really track your expenses, right? One of the things that happens when the market was as hot as it was before is we tend to spend money on things, and the things that we're spending the money on are not generating revenue. They're really generating ego, because you feel that you could add this to your business and do this, and you're spending money on it. And I know it's going to work. I know I'm going to make it work. You really need to hold your dollars accountable. That's one thing that I really, really believe in. And we really, as business people, not just real estate agents, as business people, need to understand that you need your revenue to actually increase and pay for additional expenses, additional stuff, because you've got to keep a bottom line. You really need to know what your rate of return is. You want to know your ROI. So I would, if I were you, take an honest look at all your expenses. I mean, you can do this on a personal level too. Look at all of your expenses, and at least for business, if it's not producing income, and or you cannot point to something that you're paying for and it's actually providing a service, a value, it is doing something to help you increase market share, market mind share, man, get rid of it. And then look at what really has been driving your business and getting you paid, getting you to help more consumers, and add to that part of your budget, or add to that part of your activity. If all of your business is coming from sphere of influence, and you're making, and you're obtaining, your business that way, but then you have $1,000 or $2,000 a month that you're paying for in paid online ads, looks good. But what if you took that $1,000, $2,000 a month and put it in your sphere, because your sphere is what's making you money? What could it possibly do? Or the other way around. That being said, listen, we're here. I'm here to help you guys as much as possible. I hope that you guys take a listen to some of this stuff. If you have questions, I am here. Reach out, email me, call me, text me, whatever. Stay in touch, stay in tune, and not just with the stuff that we're doing, but with the stuff that's going on at the company. This is extra. But man, there's so much going on inside the company to help you build your business. Stay blessed. Thanks so much for your time. Look forward to speaking to you on the next one.